Evening, folks.
Howdy. Worried you were going to miss your favourite.
Well, so was I.
We could always do it next week.
Do it again.
Yeah,
Sure,
we'll
that's
just do
impressive,
more
buddy.
Trans Ams this week. I like the idea.
Yeah, Trans Ams are fun.
Hopefully the guys choose a decent stint so I can do the Trans Ams.
And what's optimistic there?
You've been watching the rest of us, Rangy.
Yeah, that corner's...
He's just like all the others.
No. It's the only one I really spin out at. Because I always want to take it faster than what the car wants. I think it's a bit off camber as well, isn't it? Which is no good in this car.
Anything good in this car?
It's a lovely thing.
It looks pretty, I'll give it that.
It's just got the heart of an axe murderer.
Who's unhappy because someone swapped his axe for a pogo stick.
Oh, it's like
If you're-
it's Amber Heard.
If you're allowed to change the setup on these, they just need some damping. As in all of it. Best advice for anyone in these things is do not change down early.
Or get off the brakes suddenly.
Yeah, don't do anything suddenly. It's going to give it a jerk. That's what she said.
Where's the man when you need him the most?
He's in hospital or something. He's not getting his legs drained or something.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I did read that.
The joys of being a diabetic, he said.
Bit of lawn mowing, Rangy?
In early, mate, you know. Make sure it's looking at its best.
I assume your son's the colour of green.
I'm not actually. I'm in the greatest livery ever made.
Is it the Tag Heuer one?
Yes.
I remember you going on about it last time.
Yeah, that was Mika Häkkinen's car.
You check on the default setup. Oh, sorry, folks. Split me in the middle. If it's got all the brakes or not. Oh, Greg.
That's close.
There's just a blonde one in there.
I've got another couple of tenths, but I don't know if I can do it.
It's the same as everything on this track.
That'd be a no.
And this car, it's... Can you get them all on the same one?
It's one thing for a single lap pace, it's another to do it lap after lap after lap.
welcome along to AusNZ Simracing Tuesday Thunder, brought to you by KiwiRaceroom. If you're still here, you've obviously sat through the practice session, or you've just jumped into the start of qualifying. Guys are just heading out now. 15 minutes of qualifying ahead for the guys in the Classic Porsche Cup at Donington Park National. So Greg McKenzie on camera there, heading to the line to start his first flying lap. Looks like a little bit of a tippy toe through turn one there as he sets off the down through the S's here. Quite a bit of pace on. Guessing he's going to work his way into this lap. Down to the chicane and about to set off across the line to give us our first lap time by anybody in the session. And he gives us a 1 minute 17.237. Mark Pilbro there comes across the line not far behind with a 1:17.582. Greg McKenzie back on screen again. Sector 1, he's got purple sector, so he's going quicker again. Expect to see those lap times start to drop a little bit more. Brings that down to a 1:17.183. Greg's been a bit of a revelation for AusNZ Simracing. Since he's turned up here, he's been pretty much on the pace and given quite a few of our regulars a run for their money. Good to have him along. Andrew Graham to the top now with a 1:16.739. That's a good time. Dylan Angel dropped into second there with a 1:16.921, bumping Greg down to third. Looks like quite a few of the guys a bit further down having a bit of a trouble here stringing a lap time together. Quite a few invalid sectors throughout the lap. Greg McKenzie bounces back a little bit with a 1:16.799. Not quite quick enough to take that top position off Andrew Graham there. Andrew Graham quicker again, 1:16.344. Andrew Graham with 2 purple sectors. Is he going to knock that 1:16 off? 1:15.820. He's certainly picking up the pace now. That's a good lap time. Very good lap time. Good to see a fellow Kiwi at the top of the ranks. Rangy jumped way up there too as a 1:16.492. And just as I say that, Andrew Turnbull jumps up to second with a 1:16.367. Guys starting to get to grips with this tricky combo now. Still 7 minutes of qualifying time left. Plenty of time for some of these guys to improve. Don't adjust your sets, folks. That's Rangy in a white car for a change. It's a bit unusual. More often, more used to seeing Rangy in his usual green liveries, but for some reason he's gone white tonight. Let me see, John Marsalis back on board with AusNZ. Been out for quite some time now. Good to see him back on board, and he's going pretty well too. Just following Son Edu around. Well, just as I say that, he goes off screen. Hasn't put down a lap time as yet, so currently sitting there in 13th position, which will put him right at the back of the grid at this stage. Just the 13 guys in tonight. A few guys out for varying reasons. Still, it's a quality field of 13 there. Or any one of those guys is well and truly going to be on the pace. Good to see a few of these older generation AusNZ guys coming back as well. Dave Smart there on screen was around a few years back and sort of drifted away for one reason or another, but he's back in and enjoying himself with the AusNZ Tuesday Thunders. Time running out in the qualifying session now, just 1 minute to go. A few of these guys will be pushing on the last lap to try and advance themselves up the grid a little bit further. So, qualifying done and dusted. Andrew Graham takes out pole, followed very closely by Rangy and Greg McKenzie taking out third spot. Sanidu made his way up to fourth there, so that's a really good comeback for the fewer laps that he did to put in a time. Two-minute warm-up session for the guys before we start into the 38-minute feature event. This is usually spent with a lot of guys just doing burnouts or practicing starts. Just a little bit of shenanigan stuff. Here we go then, guys lining up on the grid for the 35-minute race. This one features our infamous safety car at the 20-minute to go mark. Unfortunately, we haven't seen Paul Dark for a while, so we don't have an actual on-track safety car. We just have to use our invisible virtual. Everybody on the grid, ready to go. The engine rev's coming up now. Lights out and we're away. Pretty tidy start so far. Nobody really doing too much there. Into turn 1 for the first time. Will everybody make it through? So far, so good. Things can change rapidly, of course, in an AusNZ Tuesday Thunder. Here we see Matt getting it all crossed up. Good save, really good save. Andrew Graham's jumped out to the start, to the lead there, and Rangy tucked in behind him, so it's the two Tag Heuer cars stuck together there. Greg McKenzie dropped 1.5 seconds back on the opening lap. Quite a big gap. Oh, big dive from Matt there. Great move there to take 5th position. Jump to the front of the pack now and see Rangy starting to hound the back of Andrew Graham. And we got one round, that's Ray Schiller. Puts him to the back of the field now. I expect to see a little bit more of that throughout the course of the race actually. Actually quite surprised how spread out they've got in the first lap. And we got another one off Mark Hallowell. Oh, Mark. He's a legend, or he's in the gravel. But he's a bloody good bloke. Genuine racer. I've had some really good battles with Mark over the time. Just going to go out there and say that to Mark, you know, any screen time's good time, mate. Speaking of good guys too, give a big shout out to Steve Coe. Can't be here tonight, he's laid up in hospital at the moment. Hope you're doing well, buddy, and speedy recovery, and we'll see you on track again as soon as possible, mate. And of course, anybody who's well versed with AusNZ Simracing community in general, especially Tuesday Thunder, Steve Coe will be best known for his statements. That's what she said. So a few guys getting a bit loose there, actually. Andrew Graham had a big lose there, is plummeting down the standings now. He's down to 8th position at the moment. This is kind of what I expected. You just saw down the bottom there, the The red car of Mark Pilbro goes spearing off there at turn 1. I was kind of expecting a little bit more of that kind of calamity cup, shall we say, throughout the course of this race. Matt pushing Andrew around the track now. Nice little battle forming here between Dylan Angel, Andrew Turnbull and Sun Edu. Andrew to the inside to make the pass. 2 wide, nearly 3 wide. Going 3 wide, are we going to go 3 wide down the straight? And our auto director cuts away. Oh, obviously they did make contact. Looks like Matt's slowed up to let Greg take that position back, and then they'll resume battle again, I'm assuming. Great sportsmanship there by Sunidu. Of course, Tuesday Thunder, these are all fixed setup. Very little you can adjust on the cars, brake bias and fuel level essentially, maybe tyre compound if it's available for the cars. These are all on hard compound. So nobody's got a distinct advantage as everybody's just spearing off in the background there. Some of these guys are thinking already, I wish this was over, I wish this was over. Well guys, it's still 28.5 minutes to go, so suck it up and get on with it. Just on 28 minutes to go, and we've got Greg McKenzie out there leading the way. His best lap so far, and actually best laps overall, so 1:16.507. It's just ahead of, about 2.5 seconds ahead of Rangy. And Andrew Graham there in third, another 5.5 seconds back. I was going to switch over for some comms from the guys, but I'm thinking at the moment there might be some pretty choice language going on around there with all these bins and losers. Dylan Angel's had it off there as well, been out ploughing the paddock. Starting to look like the key to this race is going to be staying on track. Turnbull with a slowdown penalty there for using track limits. I'd hazard a guess that there's not anybody out there who's not going to do that at some stage throughout the course of this race. In any case, what this all these spins and everything's done, it's actually closed the field up a little bit more, so we've probably got a little bit more of a battle going on with some of these guys, which is good for us, of course. Cut back to Rangy up the front here. Well, in second spot, but he's reeling Greg McKenzie in something chronic here. Was 2.5 seconds, it's now down to just under a second. As we see Matt Edu there just get a little bit sideways coming out of turn 1. To look like Rangy's found his rhythm now, and he's just keeping on the pace there with Greg and reeling him in ever so slightly. He's done the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:15.972. We'll be seeing that car getting bigger and bigger in the mirror as well. Definitely looks like Rangy's pushing a bit harder. The attitude of the car is a little bit different to Greg's. Greg's looks a little bit more less aggressive, I guess you could say. Let's see what he does now with Rangy right on the rear bumper. Will he go defensive, or will he just let him through? Who's that? Dylan Angels had a huge off there. Good thing there's no damage turned on this as well. There's had to be a few pretty badly damaged Porsches out there by this stage if there was. These guys crossed the line to start the 10th lap with 23 minutes remaining on the clock. And this is a good battle brewing here, I reckon. Looks like Greg had a moment there. Rangy couldn't quite capitalise, although he's pulling up alongside down the straight. He's on the outside though, which may not bode well for the chicane. Oh, a little rub. It's probably actually, if anything, it probably set Greg up nicely for the corner, even though he did cut it slightly. They run side by side down the straight again to cross the line. So these two guys that we're watching now with this little epic battle, they're some 13 seconds ahead of third place, which is being held down by John Marsalis. And what more can I say? It's a great battle. Looks like Rangy's got it all over him though, to be honest. Way racier looking. Oh, now I've put the curses on John Marsalis. He's had a moment there, and Andrew Graham up into third spot. Still 13 seconds behind these two though. Been concentrating so hard on these guys, it looks like we've actually lost a couple of competitors throughout this. It's like Dylan Angels parked it up, and somebody has gone altogether, and I can't really pick who that was. So the countdown is on now to the safety car. Some 12 seconds away. Doesn't look like Rangy's going to get it done. He might look to make a real lunge off the restart. So our virtual safety car hits the track. Something we implemented quite a few years back at AusNZ Simracing, and it added a new dimension to our racing. Fortunately, we haven't got, like I said earlier, we haven't got Paul Dark on hand to run the actual Audi TT or Audi pace car for us, but we just envision that there's one out there in front of the guys. Everybody will slow down now, form up again, and start an Indian file. So that 13 seconds that these two guys had, gone, just like that. So Greg McKenzie leading the way on lap 13. Head of Rangy Rover, Andrew Graham in third. John Marsalis still holding out that fourth spot. Mark Pilbro in fifth. Dave Smart in sixth. Son Edu in seventh. Ray Schiller in eighth. Greg Hancock in ninth. Mark Hallowell in 10th. And Andrew Turnbull at the rear of the running field in 11th. Dylan Angel, I'm guessing, parked up in the pits. Any time now we'll be back to green flag racing. Gone. I couldn't quite pick the engine note to get it, but back to green. These three at the front have made a little bit of a break on the rest of the pack. Let's just see who goes which direction now over the next couple of laps. Andrew Graham there looking really racy on the back of Rangy. Oh, Rangy got a bit squirrely there. I just saw it on the corner of the screen. Back end of the car just wobbling around a little bit. Oh, there we go. A little bit of chaos there at the back. John Marsalis has been cleaned up by half the field. Big moment there. Rangey's definitely pushing. You can see just the attitude of the car. It's got a little bit of opposite lock going there. I'm not really sure it's working for him. It's kind of looking like you need to be smooth in these to really make them work. But I bet you he's having a whole lot of fun doing this. He's probably laughing his head off. Actually, what we should do is jump in and just have a little bit of listen to the guys and see if there's any in-car commentary from the guys. And yeah, apologies for any language that may be about to hit the airwaves. Wow, deathly silence. So everybody's concentrating too much on keeping these things going in the right direction. Now we see Mark Hallowell out there a long way off track. He might come back next week and dig up the spuds that he's planted out there, I'm guessing. Greg and Rangey have just dropped Andrew Gray off a touch here by a second. Quite surprised at that because Andrew was really quick in qualifying and really quick in the practice. Just doesn't seem to have an answer at the moment. Maybe he's just sitting back and waiting for Rangey to loop it. And maybe hoping, you don't like to see it, but maybe hoping that he takes Greg out in the process. These two running side by side, and Auto Director does what Auto Director does and cuts away from it. So Rangey did grab that position away, and he's now got half a second over Greg, and it's brought Andrew just slightly back into the fray again. Still 12.5 minutes to go. That's more than long enough for Rangey to loop it. He's been known to do it quite regularly lately, actually. He's had some pretty disastrous runs lately. But yeah, gotta love Rangey. Hard charger, be a racer. Sonny to Matt. Very racy here at the moment. Nice little bunch of cars here again too. And of course, if you like what you see here at AusNZ Simracing, this is our Tuesday Thunder. I mean, we do this every week. Tuesday, of course. Different car and track combo, and 35-minute race for the first feature race, which is got our safety car in at the 20-minute mark, and then at the end of that we have a 10-minute full reverse grid. We call it the dash for smash, basically, because generally ends up being quite chaotic. Just a little of a wind down and let the hair down for the last 10 minutes. And it's our Tuesday Thunder. Always looking for more people to join up, so if you're in the Australia-New Zealand region and play Race Room, check us out. There's links to the various social medias and Discord and things like that down in the description. Just click on one of them and drop in and say g'day. 10 minutes to go, and we've got Rangy Rover out in front from Greg McKenzie in second, and Andrew Graham. As we cut to him now, sitting in third spot there. Mark Pilbrow in fourth, Dave Smart in fifth. Rangy's made a 2-second break on these, on Greg and Andrew now, so can hold it all together. I'd say it's pretty much his for the taking. Graham's starting to look a bit racier now. There's 9 minutes remaining. He's decided to put the pressure on and try for that second spot. Be really impressive if he can pull Rangy back. He's now 3 seconds out in front. But this battle here, Greg McKenzie's being the cork in the bottle today by the looks of it. Tucks in behind, tries to get that slipstream down the straight as we head into the chicane. He probably braked a little bit harder than Greg there, so just dropped off a touch. Just see in the background there the yellow car of Sun Edu. He's looking very racy at the moment too. Be interesting to see if he can pick up another couple of spots before this race is over. We just cut to him now, and he's right up on the tail of who is he on the tail of? Seems to be changing there. Dave Smart, as Andrew Graham fell off the track back there by the looks. Down the inside. Yeah, had a big moment. That was evasive action, I think, just caused that spin. Dave Smart, I think he was going to turn in and then saw that Matt was there and decided not to slap him in the door, and ended up doing a tank slapper himself. Watching a crash highlights session, this is part of the race. It's just all of a sudden everybody's spearing off the track. What that's done is promoted Sun Edu up to third after all that. Mark Pilbrow on screen there now, sitting in fourth. It's a second behind and probably just about the closest battle we have on track. Almost hear these AusNZ guys screaming out, just drop the checkered flag now, please. They'll be screaming, then there'll be sweat running down the forehead, sore arms, mind will be hurting from concentrating so much. Still 6 minutes of agony left for the guys. Ray Schiller just made his way past Mark Bilbrough there. Looks like Mark had a little moment. That happened. beginning to wonder at this point whether it's tyres or talent that have faded the most. Wants that position back from Ray. Pokes up the inside there. Brave to make a manoeuvre into that corner without it ending in calamity. Tucks in behind, down the back chute, getting into the chicane once again. Wires it out the other side and heads to the line to complete lap 24. Smarty recovering from a moment. Oh, and Rangy recovering from a moment. That gives the lead back to Greg McKenzie. And Sonny Idu's gone through as well. Oh, Rangy, what happened? Put the curses on you by saying you might loop it in the last 10 minutes. Well, you got down to just over 4 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go, sorry. Smarty into the pits with 2 minutes to go. I wonder if he short fuel. I've seen that a few times in Tuesday Thunders as well. Sometimes you just need to put a little bit more fuel in than you actually think you're gonna need. It's like Mark Hallowell there going a lap down, just gets out of the way of these two guys. Good sportsmanship there, he could have caused a bit of chaos for them. Actually probably could have brought them together and Rangy going round again. Keeps it off the tyres, does the loop, rejoins, loses a couple of spots there. So Sonny Idu, after all that, has made it up to second, and he's just over a second behind Greg. He could actually, he might just about get there if he can really pull this lap in. I'd say they're on the last lap now. Greg's just got to keep it tidy and on the racetrack. Matt's going to be pushing like anything. Down to just under a second. Could be a grandstand finish coming up between these two. Gap's still dropping. Of course, auto director being auto director is not going to focus on what we want to be seeing. There we go, the run to the line by the looks. Greg's held on to it, ahead of Matt. Mark Pilbrow up to third, and he'll be wrapped with that. Ray Schiller likewise comes across in fourth. Ray's had a bit of a rough run in the last little while as well. As far as results go with AusNZ. Of the runners just making their way across the line now to complete the race. There'll be another 2-minute warm-up, I believe, and then into the 10-minute full reverse grid sprint. There we go. Confirmed results. Race winner, Greg McKenzie. From Sunny and Mark Pilbrow. Rangy with the fastest lap time overall, which was a 1:15.605. And now Raceroom does its usual. It kicks us back to the multiplayer screen. And it proves me wrong and jumps through to the next race. So as I said, there'll be a 2-minute warm-up. This was put in place actually for this purposes of KiwiRaceroom when we stream. Raceroom for some reason has a habit of kicking us back to the lobby all the time, so we need to try and reset and fire up for the last race. Kind of a little bit frustrating. I'm not sure what the issue is with Raceroom, whether it's a ping issue or what. That's me running all over the place trying to sort it out, get connected in time for the next race. So we chuck that little 2-minute warm up in there. It usually gives me time. Looks like we've lost a few combatants for the second race. We're down to 9 for this one. I don't know whether a few of the guys have just found it too challenging or come into some technical issues. There we go with Matt doing a little bit of an expression session at the end there. Probably wasn't actually him, it was probably the AI that took over. Lost a couple more. We're down to 7. Either that or there's something up with the timing. Yeah, I've lost a couple of guys off the timing. We've still got the 9 in there, but so off they go for a 10-minute full reverse dash to the line. Tippy toeing around turn 1 for the first time. Let's see who's going to be the first one to spear off into the gravel. Nice little battle beginning to rage here at the front between Andrew Turnbull and Greg Hancock. A couple of cars that seem to be missing off my timing screen. Looks like it might be the definitely one of the cars that's missing off the timing screen is Sanidu, or Matt, and he's sitting right at the back at the moment. But as for the other car, haven't quite picked that one as yet. Having a look at the car of Rangy there, pulls up alongside, might even take the position away here, and he does. On the right side, leading in, no, he backs out and lets Rangy, oh no, wait a minute. Nice side by side through the chicane there. I thought it was going to end in tears for a moment. See Matt at the back there just drifting through turn 1. Probably having a little bit of fun more than anything. He doesn't seem to have made much progress towards the front from that position. Up the inside of Rangy, that's a nice move. Great pass there by Mark. And he's looking to do the same again. Oh, he got a little bit sideways. Lost a bit of momentum there. So Rangy will have a look coming down the straight again. Maybe take the position back. Been a bit of chaos at the back there. We see Matt off. I'm not sure where the other one is. I think it might be Mark Hallowell, but I'm not going to confirm that. There's somebody else missing off the scoring sheet. starting to move forward now. He lines up John Marsalis. Oh, a little bit of a tap. It's kind of expecting John to return serve and give him a bit of a nudge up the rear then. So they went into the chicane. With 4.5 minutes to go, still Andrew Turnbull out in front. He's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Greg Hancock, and Rangy now sitting in third, a further 1 second behind. Unconfirmed results, of course, because I have got a car missing, or a couple of cars missing off the timing. I'm not sure if it's any of these ones or not. Well, Greg Hancock to the tail of the field. One little lapse there, put it round. That pushes Rangy up into second position now. John Marsalis in third. Three and a half minutes to go. We'll do a little plug here. If you're enjoying the stream and like what you're seeing, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you get updates when new videos are being played, which will generally be every Tuesday. We do Tuesday Thunder, of course. Few new events lined up for the year for Raceroom, so we'll be streaming those where and when possible. You can also join the community, AusNZ Simracing. Details are all down below, links and everything to social media and Discord channel. We've got a Steam group now, you can join up with that. Keep that up to date with the events and a few little tidbits of information from around the group. Not only Raceroom, but we also do a bit of iRacing and Automobilistic too. So if you play any of those games and you're in the Australian New Zealand region, AusNZ Simracing is your place to be. Mark hanging the tail out there in turn one. Just trying to catch up to the back of John Marsalis and grab that final podium spot. It's looking pretty likely too at the moment. He's just gaining quite quickly there on Johnny Marsalis. There's the rest of this lap and maybe one more to go after this, I'd say. To see some of these guys having really good battles amongst themselves. Not just out there on their own. Tends to get pretty boring if you're miles off the pace. Oh no, I'll put the cursors on Johnny Marsalis. So Mark just breezes by in the end as John Marsalis runs a bit wide, puts it in the gravel. Has the attentions of Ray Schiller and Greg McKenzie on his rear end for the last lap. That being said, still another lap, so anything can happen, and it usually does in AusNZ Simracing. So you know, Mark Pilbrow could go around, as we saw before. Rangy could spin out. Andrew Turnbull could have an off. Greg chewing on the back of Ray Schiller's car. absolutely gnawing on the back of Ray there to the line. And if you're going to finish the race, why not finish in style? Andrew Graham coming across the line there. So there we go, there's the results. Andrew Turnbull takes the win from Rangy Rover. Mark Pilbro manages to keep that third spot. And Rangy with the quickest lap of 1:16.046. There we have it. That concludes another Tuesday Thunder with AusNZ Simracing. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join our group. Come along. Join in the action. Join in the fun. Till next time, take care. We'll catch you later.